Good evening, everyone. Welcome from Alan, from Felicia. Tonight, Felicia will be speaking about omnipresence.
Hello, everybody, and thank you for joining us, and happy holidays. And I am happy to be with you, and we will continue the dialogue that we had in the previous chat and move it to a more expanded view. So today we will speak about omnipresence. And omnipresence is the beingness that you are and the essence of it. For example, all the neurons in our brain, every single neuron in our brain is connected to a star in the universe. So we are connected with the entire creation, even through our physical brain. So even through our physicality, we have access to all the dimensions and all the realms in our creation. We are the embodiment of it. That's why we call this body living technology. Because it carries the seed of life itself. And when so-called life is misunderstood, then it comes to prove itself and it comes to show itself in such a way that we marvel at it and we become very curious and we wish to discover more and more its nature.
Could you, it broke up a little bit, Felicia, sorry, could you repeat again?
Sure. So this physical body, the human genome carries the seed of life, the seed itself. Just think of it of a seed, of a seed. So it carries the seed of life itself. Not just life here on earth, but in the entire creation. So let's say if here we believe that that life is in danger, or maybe we don't know what to do about it, we don't need to worry about it because we can always reboot life. And this knowledge that we have, this knowingness, it's called true knowledge or knowledge of self. And this seed that we have, when we take the embodiment here, we connect to Mother Earth, to her essence, and then we plant this knowledge like a seed in her soil. And that's how the seeds of everything that we look at in nature, that's how they come about. They come from within our own seed. So you can say that we seed all the life forms on this planet as well through this knowingness. And not only the life forms that we are familiar with, but the ones that we have not yet discovered, the ones that are here with us and we're looking forward to find out. And that's what makes our journey never ending here, and we're full of curiosity and wonder. So the beingness that we are is not just limited to that which we learn in school or through which we study in university. That is a very small part of it, and it actually copies the real knowledge. It copies it. So we're returning the collective consciousness of humanity to this kind of knowingness through to its true heritage, to the natural law. And the natural law says there are only 3 real things in creation. It's your essence, which is the seed of life.
Sua essência, que é a semente.
The physical body is the living being manifesting that seed. It comes into being. That's what the physical body is. So we have our essence, we embody it, and then we have the land underneath our feet. So with this knowingness, we know what is natural, and everything else, all else is man-made. And we have a choice to align to this knowingness, to the natural law or to the man-made laws. We are free to choose.
Nós somos livres para escolher.
Aligning to natural law is effortless living. The other one, it is always and forever will imply effort, always.
Yeah.
And what we have in our everyday living, what most people experience is they're choosing to align to the man-made laws. And that is a valid choice, and it's very well honored by God or by Source. There is nothing wrong with it. It's just as honored as aligning to the natural law. And both offers a very unique experience to each soul. The aligning to the man-made laws, the world of the man-made laws, implies the lack of this true knowledge that we have. Because it always speaks of the absence of that which we desire.
I'm sorry?
It always speaks, the man-made laws always speak of the absence of that which is desired, not the presence, the absence of it, the lack of it. It's trying, that's why it's always trying to fix the world. To fix, it implies there is something broken, there's something missing, and the man-made laws try to fix that which is broken.
Yeah.
And the man-made laws, they describe what they describe is being not being in wholeness of being. It says that we are either lacking or we falling from grace, or we're not enough, and now we have to pursue or chase after something in order to feel complete inside. And that in itself is a false premises. That brings a lot of pain and suffering. Even though temporarily it might bring like a fleeting happiness or contentment, but it's not everlasting. So because of that, there is, we spoke about the subject before, that now you have to create a so-called a persona or an ego, which is an instrument. An instrument.
Então, por causa desse mecanismo, por causa dessa estrutura,
because no man-made laws can be imposed on a living being. A living being is aligned to the natural law. Not just aligned, but it's the embodiment of natural law. I am going to look at the outline of our discussion, and that way I can stay on track Yeah, so I don't go somewhere else with the subject. So the greatness of all this is that we can also use the program, yeah, so-called the matrix, to our benefit as well. So now that we have this awareness that we can make a distinction, yeah, from now on, we at least have awareness and distinction. What is natural law and what is the program? It's a good start. We can start here. And what I mean by that, we can go into the program now, and now we have awareness that we can use the program to our benefit instead of just trying to escape it or improve it or get rid of it. Now we understand it's a reality in itself.
Então a gente pode entender a realidade dentro dele.
And when we go in there, we can use our thoughts and our emotions as a guidance system. So instead of getting overwhelmed by the thoughts and the emotions, we can use them as tools.
We can use sorry?
We can use our thoughts and our emotions as tools.
A gente pode usar esses pensamentos e emoções como para o nosso benefício.
And we can also take this kind of awareness and provide us with a map on how to navigate the territory of the matrix. The thoughts that you think and the emotions that you feel create a blueprint. Think of it as a blueprint. So you create your reality in the ether first, in the spirit realm. And the way you describe it to yourself or others is by describing to them how you feel and what you're thinking about. So you are a feeling being more than a physical one, because you always speak about how you feel. So you live more in this world of a blueprint, in the ethereal realm. So that should help us understand that we are not as trapped as we think in the physical world. Because in the realm of thoughts and feelings, we can make changes very easily. Just by being aware of what our thoughts and feelings are all about. And in this kind of awareness, we have malleability, meaning we can change, because there we're very fluid in our nature. Our nature is flowing, it's fluid. And once we get the hang of this, how easy it is to change our thoughts and our feelings, then we can understand more of how much control we have over our destiny. Because we shift our focus from all the outside, all the other people and the circumstances out, and we bring it back to ourselves. And that should make our life very simple.
Isso vai fazer a nossa vida muito mais simples.
Because now we don't need to go out and worry about changing things that we cannot control. So that means that we are beginning to bring more awareness of what you're thinking and what you're feeling, which is the most important thing ever. Because the feelings and the thoughts are building the blueprint that it's gonna come into being. That's how your reality comes into being. In our thinking and our feeling, we always feel or think of what we want or what we don't want. Huh? Yeah, we are sorting out, yeah, what we prefer and what we don't prefer. That's what with our dialogues with ourselves or with others are all about. When we speak about what we want and what we prefer, we feel very good. When we speak about what we don't want, we don't feel good. And this is an observation that you could begin to notice from now on.
I'm so sorry you broke up.
Yeah, we must notice, we must take note of this observation. Yeah, it's a very basic observation. Huh? Yeah. How do you feel when you speak about what you want? And how do you feel when you speak about what you don't want? You must bring attention and awareness of this feeling. It's a basic principle that will help you understand how you create your reality. It's the most basic principle ever. Yeah, because this perception in itself, yeah, will open you up to the way you know yourself. The reason you feel good when you speak about what you want is because you're speaking about the presence of it. And the reason you don't feel good is because you speak about the absence of what you want. Yeah, you speak of lack of it. So when we put our focus on what is wrong with the world or what is wrong with your life, yeah, when we put our focus, our attention, yeah, on what is wrong with in our life or what is wrong with the world, we're speaking the absence of that which we desire. We're no longer speaking about the presence. And that way we can, because we are not aligning to natural law, because absence of that which we desire is natural. Yeah, it's always present. What we desire is forever present, forever. So not feeling good is actually a sign, yeah, it's a guidance system that says we are not aligning to natural law and we are lying to ourselves. We're not telling the truth. And that can come in many forms and many shapes. Yeah, the absence of that which we desire. Like when we say we don't have enough love, or we don't have enough money, or we don't have a solution to a problem, or we don't have health. Yeah, that way we focus on a lack of it, on the absence of it, and that's why we don't feel good. And that's how we create fear for ourselves. We are the one creating the fear. So the fear does not come from our circumstances or from other people. That's not the source of our fear. But because we choose, yeah, we choose to
Mas porque
speak, we choose to speak of the lack of what is desired. That's how we create fear. Yeah, we speak of the absence of it, and that's how fear is created.
então
So now that we are aware how we create fear, yeah, then we can begin to understand the nature of fear and own it and have the knowingness of it. We have the knowledge of it now.
nós temos o conhecimento dele agora.
And that's how fearless people, they know this principle. They're very aware on how they create fear, and they take ownership and responsibility for it.
Felicia?
Yes.
No,
Yes.
what I'm saying that it was interesting what you said, to take ownership of the fear.
Yes. Because now you know you are the one that's creating it, and you know how. And that is very empowering for you, because now you know it's not coming from the outside. So.
Certo. Alan Page, você está aí?
Eu estou.
Ah, ok. Bom, é para fazer as perguntas ou ela vai continuar?
Felicia, Elena is asking if can we start with questions, or you wish to carry on?
Yes, let's start with questions.
Ela gostaria de começar com as questões. Okay. Felicia, Elena has a question for you. Actually, there is a question and there is a comment, right? So she's got a question. She remembers what you said in the beginning, saying that if something's not part of the natural law, is from the law made by man, right? So man-made law. So she would like to ask you about the moon. She would like to ask you if you believe the moon is natural or is made artificially by some intelligence or something.
Okay. All right. This is a very vast subject, but I will make it really short and simple. Okay.
Okay.
The moon that we have now, it is an artificial satellite.
Ok, é um assunto muito vasto, mas de forma simples. Ela acha que a lua que existe hoje é uma coisa artificial.
It holds, yeah, what it is. Think of it as a library, or it holds, yeah, it holds like a stream of thoughts, yeah, stream of thoughts and feelings and ideology and belief systems.
That's incredible what you said. Unbelievable.
Yeah, that has to do with our psyche. Yeah, that belief systems that we carry that no longer serve us. They're outdated and obsolete. And it has to do with the belief system in a power outside of ourselves, when we give power to something outside of ourselves. And man-made laws are needed for that, because we believe in power outside of ourselves. That's how man-made laws come about.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And then we believe in a God outside of our being. We call God our you can call God anything. Yeah, it could be your diet that you believe in, and you think if you don't follow this diet, you're just not going to be well. Yeah? It could be anything.
Por ejemplo.
Yeah. For example, yeah, but it could be the gods of your religion. Yeah, all of them. It can be an economic system, yeah, that you believe, that you depend on. It could be knowledge from the academia world, yeah. It could be ideologies, politics. Okay, so going back to the moon, yeah, it's nature. Now we understand the nature of the moon. That's why it's called an artificial satellite. Because when you believe in something outside of yourself, you have to sustain it with your effort. You have to put your energy in it. You have to invest your effort in it. And then you become very well overwhelmed by the very thing you believe in. Mm-hmm. And now you fear the fear itself. Yeah. And so, and that replaces, yeah, the man-made laws replaces, yeah, it's a replacement. Yeah, it's not the original you that knows that inner strength and the seed of knowledge is the embodiment of you. It's meant to be a replacement of them. So the artificial moon, yeah, it actually works as a disconnection between your beingness and the soil underneath your feet, the Mother Earth.
The artificial moon is a disconnection between yourself and the Mother Earth.
It's a mechanism, yeah? It's a mechanism, but you're the one also creating that. It's a mirror of us, because now we're not looking inside. So we're looking outside. So in itself, it's not a bad thing. It's just showing us where our focus is. Yeah, it's showing you. It's not a bad thing.
Yeah.
So now that you know that you create fear, and the artificial moon is a reflection of that fear. You know how you create fear? By looking outside of yourself.
Então você sabe como você criou.
But the earth has many moons, not just one.
Mas a Terra existem muitas luas.
Yeah, we're in good hands. Very good.
E nós estamos em boas mãos. Felicia, there is a question here for you, right? So it's from someone. He's saying that can we think that we all have omnipresence portion in form of ethereal energy, natural, and we live with it our daily lives?
Yeah. There are many aspects to omnipresence. Yeah? And today we speak from the broader perspective and we brought it into everyday life. Yeah, and the broader perspective, it says that you are the seed of life. Yeah, meaning that you contain all life forms in creation, all of them. Yeah, that's what it means, that you are ever present all throughout creation. In other words, there is no place that you're not. Yeah? So when we know that we are all life form, there is no danger that can come from us, because we can reboot life. Although life never ever disappears, it just transforms into something else. Yeah. But because we're looking through the lens of fear, yeah, we don't notice that it's transforming itself. we're still looking for the old way of being, yeah? While the
Yes.
new one is, we are bringing the new one into being, yeah? And
Então, quando você
then
tem
we
essa...
speak of lack of life, yeah? Because we don't know is coming and the old is going away. Because who we are is forever renewing itself, forever, every single second. It's fresh and new.
Então,
Yeah. And our circumstances outside is actually a signal. It's a guidance system. It's saying you're forever changing. Can you notice that instead of the circumstances? Just notice. Yeah? Notice that you are changing, that you are changing. Huh?
Can you repeat again, please?
Huh? Say?
Could you repeat again, please?
Yeah. If you bring attention, a focus upon you, huh? Then you are notice that you are changing. You are changing. You are the one changing all the time. Yeah, maybe there's very small and very subtle changes. Yeah, because you want to be fresh and new and renewed. Huh? As a being, as a natural being, you want to be refreshed. Yeah, you have to want to be renewed. That is your desire, the innermost desire to know more. And then, of course, the circumstances around you, they will change. And then human beings, they panic when the circumstances change. They look at the circumstances and then they miss the subtle changes that's forever taking place. They want to control the outside. Yeah. Yeah. And then they create conflict because they say, I want to change. No, I don't want to change. I want to change, but I don't want anything to change. Yeah. And then they don't feel whole inside anymore. Yeah. Because on one hand, you want change and then you're fighting it. Yeah. And that's how the psychic realm is formed when you make that split in your energy. That's how you create that psychic realm.
Plano psíquico.
And that psychic realm is the blueprint for the matrix. Yeah, it's made out of the world outside of yourself. So now you know you also create the matrix.
Agora você sabe que também você criou a Matrix.
It's not created by anybody else.
Não foi criado por ninguém mais, você criou.
And that's good news, yeah? You know, you create everything. That should be very good news.
Isso é ótimo.
Because now you know you can master it or know how to navigate it, or you can be the slave of it. It's up to you. And what does mastery means? Yeah, it doesn't mean you control it. It means you understand the nature of it. You truly understand how you create it and how it comes about. Not that you control it. That's not mastery. When you understand how you create it, you master it. Actually, how you create everything, and allow yourself to see how you create that what you like and that what you don't like. Just observe how you create all of it.
Você se
allow yourself. Yeah, allow yourself to observe it. Yeah, how it comes into being. Become familiar with your own creation. Then you will not be afraid of it. Even of that which you called, I created a bad thing, you will not fear it anymore. Yeah, then you truly understand what blame and shame, yeah, and the feeling of not being good enough, where it's coming from. Otherwise, you won't know. Yeah. And this not knowing we call the veil. Because we don't understand that we also create this veil.
A gente não entende, então a gente põe esse véu, hein?
When we choose where to focus, that very moment.
Quando a gente escolhe onde focar naquele momento.
Yeah, to place on the presence or the absence of that which we desire.
Can you repeat again? Sorry.
We create the veil, yeah? Veil, we veil ourselves, meaning I don't know, I don't understand, yeah? When we focus on the absence of that which we desire. And everything is present in the universe. There is no such a thing as absence. It has everything.
Existe tudo.
So we scare ourselves. That which I want does not exist.
I didn't get the last part.
You say to yourself, that which I want, I cannot get or I cannot have. Meaning you're saying it doesn't exist, and that's a lie. And then you don't feel good because you're lying to yourself.
Então,
oh, we talk about the moon and got to this, but that's okay. That's what the moon is all about, really.
a gente foi falar sobre a Lua e deu nesse papo todo, né? Então.
Yeah, very good question about the moon and very good.
Elena is saying that each sentence you said is very deep. Is for us to think and listen once, twice, 3, 4, 5 times again, because it's really deep and is a massive tip for us to think about our reality.
Yeah, that's what I observe every day. It's my exploration. It's my territory where I explore, which should be the nature of yourself. Yeah, not the others and not the circumstances. Yeah, of yourself, to know yourself.
Certo.
Yeah. And then with that way you can navigate, because it's just you and the God of your being. Yeah, you can navigate that. You can navigate that inner territory. Easy. Then you notice there's nobody there that stands in your way but you yourself.
I was Felicia, Elena is saying that the difference between you and us is because you understood what awakening means, and that we are still unfortunately focused on the external. We are focused on the outside. But I think we have very good clues to where to focus from now on. Is to try to focus on the inside, try to listen for the silence, to listen the quietness and the silence inside us. Right, that's the thing. Fala aí, Helena.
Yeah, because that's the only difference. There is no difference. The difference is in your focus. Yeah, there's no difference between us. It's just the choice that we make. Yeah,
a diferença está no foco.
We all have the power to make a choice. Yeah? And it's not necessarily quiet inside. That doesn't mean it's quiet there, but it doesn't matter. if we look for quietness inside, you might be surprised. The universe is not really quiet. It's,
se você for procurar
the
por
manifest
quietude
universe is
dentro,
in
não é muito
motion. It's
quieto,
in
né?
motion, yeah.
Está tudo em movimento, está tudo se mexendo.
That's why we love physicality, yeah. We love physicality because, yeah.
É por isso que nós amamos a fisicalidade.
Yeah? We like the rambling and the shaking and the change and the hurricanes and we love the action of it, yeah. But when we know we are the essence of it, yeah, we're the essence. No matter what happens, we can reboot it, right? So now we know that.
Yeah.
Because I notice sometimes you try to be quiet and that's not the time, and you try so hard because you think quietness is your answer, and it's not always, right? Yeah, because your soul is all engaged in there and it's very active and it has its hands on it. And you'll find out you speak up, yeah, like never before.
Aí você descobre que você fala muito, você é muito alto interiormente. Antes, a pessoa pode ser muito quieta por fora, mas ela pode ser altamente ativa e falante por dentro.
Right. You want to speak up your knowingness, yeah. You want to speak it up. You want to give it voice. You want it to reverberate throughout creation, yeah. Yeah, and then it will call you to be quiet when you need to. It will. Instead of you trying to be quiet, let it come around. Come around, and it'll say, "Now you're quiet," and then you'll do it naturally. Yeah, you'll not effort to be quiet. You'll be quiet. Because I'm not a quiet person, you know. Yeah. I'm not in my nature, I'm not a quiet person, but you'll be very surprised how much time I actually spend in silence. Yeah, a lot. Yeah, hours, sometimes days. Yeah, sometimes months with my eyes closed. Yeah. And go into my inner landscape and stay there and observe a lot. Yeah, and I could never do that myself. It's just that the naturalness of me is calling me there. See? So we don't even have to be concerned when to be quiet or not, because it will guide us. The guidance is there. Yeah? It will show you exactly when to talk and what to talk about and when to not speak a word. Yeah, it's amazing. Sometimes I have to wait weeks, months, years before I tell somebody what I want to say. And if I'm guided, it will come out amazingly efficient.
I'm sorry, can you say it again?
You know, sometimes there's weeks or months, yeah, before I'm prompted to say something to somebody, yeah? Yeah. And it keeps saying inside, not right now, don't say it right now, even though I want to, yeah? But it says, don't, not yet, not yet. And then one day I will just wake up and just say it or write it. Yeah. And in between, you know, between your waiting and when you're speaking, your spirit, yeah, will show you so many things about yourself. You'll be surprised. Esse período. And it will put you in contact, in direct knowingness with the other soul that you're supposed to communicate with. Yeah, it's gonna start a dialogue at soul level. And then you have more understanding, like what that one is going through. You just have knowingness; it's coming to you. Yeah, and then you understand, like, if you are communicating with the persona, you know, if the dialogue is between your persona and that persona, or if you have direct communication between living beings, you will know the difference. And so that means, you know, that the human genome in simultaneity, yeah, you have the persona, and then you have the living being, yeah, and then you have aspects of that being that are already free, yeah, because everybody has freedom inside. So you perceive all of it. You perceive all the aspects. Yeah, because you understand your own nature now. You understand how you create the mass. You understand what the natural beingness is. You understand, you can recognize it.
Yeah.
That's when true exploration begins. Yeah, it really does.
Felicia, Elena said it's been actually extremely interesting what you said, especially the tips about understanding the persona and the essence of the other being. And she said she's got lots of homework to do about improving this perception. And also there are lots of comments here and questions for you. And there is a comment from a person called Jennifer saying that I love Felicia and I love her hangouts, right?
Thank you.
There is another person called Anna, and she said Felicia's awesome.
E a Maria da Graça.
That's funny. Cute.
E a Maria da Graça está dizendo, também gosto muito da Felícia, dia eu chego lá.
Yeah, and there is a person called Maria da Graça, and she said, I really enjoy Felicia. One day I will get there.
Yeah, no, you're there. No, not like that. Don't say I will get there, because you never will. Yeah, because, you know, then you don't think you're there yet, and that's like I said, you know, we contain all that is. Yeah, we are all the wisdom and all the love that there ever is, and more. Every single
Nós
minute
somos
we
todos
just,
o conhecimento, todo o amor.
more and more of it, because every single moment, yeah, we discover something new about ourselves. Yeah, so we're always more. Always.
Nice.
And when we take physicality, we bring all creation with us. We literally embody it. Yeah. And then when we say we want to find out more, we create expansion of the universe. That's how it expands. Yeah? Because we want to know more.
Pegamos e dessa forma o universo expande.
Yeah, every single question that you have, it expands the universe.
The tip you gave to Maria da Graça also serves to a lady called Jennifer Felicia, because she said, oh my goodness, I'm gonna get there only in the next life, right? So the same answer applies to the other lady.
Yeah.
E o Luiz Silva também está comentando.
Yeah, because all lives, what you call next life or previous life, yeah? What you call next life or past life, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
They all happen simultaneously, yeah? And it's a certain experience that you have, yeah? Because you shift focus. You want to focus on a different kind of exploration, yeah? From a different perspective, yeah? Your soul shifts perspective.
Yes.
Yeah? And you call that experience a past life or a future life, but they all happen simultaneously. Yeah. So now when you say to yourself, in my next life, I will get where Felicia is, yeah? What is it that you feel, yeah? Because you already feel that, yeah? You feel it. There's a feeling in there, yeah? There's a certain experience that you associate, and you call that next life. It's already in you. It couldn't possibly not be in there, because you wouldn't be speaking, yeah? But you're not speaking in time. You're speaking of an experience. An experience is a certain feeling. Yeah.
Certo.
Yeah, because the subject, you know, when you say, I will get where Felicia is, has a certain there's a certain resonance in you. Yeah, there's a resonance. That's all there is. And that resonance is pointing you, is saying, follow that resonance, and then you can experience that life now, because everything is in the here and now. Yeah? That's how true mechanics of creation really happens. Yeah. It's like a tapestry, yeah, that the soul is weaving, yeah. It's looking for resonance, where it feels resonance, and then it weaves it into tapestry. It's your feelings, your state of being. Yeah. For example, because I always talk about food. Yeah, because to me, cooking and baking and everything is alchemy. Yeah, it's alchemizing. Yeah. So let's say you bake a cake and you have 7 layers to your cake. Yeah. One is fruit, one is jam, one is chocolate, one is banana, one is ice cream. So you have 7 layers. You can put whatever feeling you want. Yeah. In your cake. Yeah. Yeah. And you can take the layers apart and taste each and every one of them, but that wouldn't be fun. Yeah, it'll be fun if you slice through all the layers and you get a slice that has all the flavors. So that's how the soul experiences the so-called life. Yeah, and all the parallel lives
É
are
interessante
like
porque
layers
essa
of the
analogia
cake.
explica.
Yeah, it takes all the flavors and all the feelings and all the experiences the sweet and sour one. Yeah, because in a cake, sometimes you put salt, not the sugar, no? You put salt, you can put vinegar. Yeah, you have baking soda. So the salt doesn't judge anything. It just balances all the flavor, the sweet, the sour, the tartiness. Yeah.
Muito interessante.
So
Very, very
that's
interesting,
what it means
according
to
to
be
Elena.
expanded. Yeah, that's what it means, omnipresence or expanded consciousness. Yeah, it's the true
Isso
experience
que
of the soul.
significa onipresença, né? Que é uma consciência expandida. So this omnipresence is temporal as well. It's like a future, now, and the past, right?
The omnipresence means you are experiencing everything in the here and now. Okay, I will give one more example, and then that's something that is very practical. And if you do this, you will understand the soul's pure perception through all the life forms.
Ela vai.
It's an amazing exercise, and it will give you a glimpse how your soul experiences everything.
Okay.
Ready? Okay.
Can you give me just a minute, please? Sorry, just 1 second.
Of course. Sure. Okay. So if you go to the craft store, yeah, and get
If
yourself
you go to,
those
sorry?
plastic craft store.
Yes, okay.
I'm gonna look in my recycling bin to see if I have something to show you.
Alan?
Oi.
Yes.
Bom, já voltou.
Okay. So what I mean, if you go to the craft store and you get these plastic sheets, yeah, they're just plastic transparent sheets, yeah, they sell them very cheap there.
Uhum.
And get like 20 sheets, 20.
E você pega 20 telas de plástico.
or more, because you like doing this after a while. But start with 20.
Pode até pegar mais, porque ela fala que você vai gostar, então você vai querer fazer mais desse exercício, então em vez de pegar 20, pega mais telas.
Sometimes they already encounter the size of a plate, round plate, yeah, maybe 5 inches, yeah, like this.
Aí,
Sometimes you can ask them, they also have already cut round ones.
yes.
So then what you're going to do is you're going to take, now imagine this is a transparent plastic circle, yeah?
Aí você imagine que isso é círculo transparente de plástico, né?
And you're gonna make a hole in the middle of it.
Aí você vai fazer buraco no meio.
Yeah? And what you're going to take is you're going to take a marker and you're going to write a story, any story that comes to you. Don't think too much, no? That's right. Maybe a story what you did yesterday, years ago, what you want to do in the future.
Você vai escrever uma história. Você vai escrever uma história. Não pensa muito, escreve uma historinha lá.
Yeah. A story about what you think your future life is like. Yeah, you can write that. Yeah, maybe you're a blue unicorn.
Sobre o que você acha que a sua vida futura vai ser.
Yeah, you can be a blue unicorn or a pink cloud in your future life. Yeah.
Você pode ser um unicórnio azul ou um palhaço rosa, entendeu? Tá na sua vida futura.
Yeah, and on each circle you write your story, yeah, like this. You go all the way. Em
cada círculo você escreve uma história diferente, uma história sua diferente.
Yeah, and you get to 10 or 20 circles. It depends, but 20 will be better.
Aí você prepara 10 a 20 círculos.
Now remember, they each have a hole in the middle, yeah?
Cada tem buraco no meio, e não se esqueça.
Yeah, so now you're gonna take a stick, a long stick.
Aí você pega uma vareta.
And you're gonna take every circle, yeah?
Aí você vai pegar cada círculo.
Through the stick.
Aí você vai passar a vareta no meio de todos os círculos.
Yeah. And maybe put some some foam in between, so they don't fall on each other, you know, they don't stick to each other. Put something in between, yeah? Some foam.
Aí você põe uma espuma entre os pratos, entre as telas.
Okay? All right. So now what you do is you start spinning the circle, any circle you want, yeah?
Aí você começa a girar os círculos.
But you're gonna read the story from the top to the bottom as you spin the circles.
Aí você vai ler as histórias do topo até o final, quando você gira os círculos.
Yeah, when you spin the circle, the mosaic will change, the story will change.
Aí quando você gira os círculos, os mosaicos mudam.
That's how the soul reads the story through all the layers.
E é assim que o foro ele lê as histórias por todas as camadas, né? A sua alma.
Yeah, it integrates all the circles.
Ele integra todos os círculos.
In any given moment, no matter how you spin it.
Em qualquer tempo, não importa a maneira que você gira. So you're saying some of the circles they belong to the future, some to the present, and some to the past. Então ela está dizendo que muitos desses círculos eles pertencem ao futuro, muitos pertencem ao presente e muitos pertencem ao passado.
Yeah, but the soul perceives all of them in the here and now.
Mas a alma percebe todos nesse momento agora, aqui.
Yeah, you're the pole, meaning the essence, yeah, through which the circle they are spinning.
A sua essência é esse pauzinho que fica no meio das telas girando, entendeu?
Yeah.
Que passa por todas essas vidas, todos esses planos girando.
Everything shifts around you all the time.
Então,
like
todas essas realidades, essas histórias, elas giram em torno de você, da sua essência, em diferentes
but the soul extracts the essence of the experience, the essence of it.
Mas a alma, ela extrai a experiência, né, da situação.
Not just the past lives and the present life and the future, but all life forms that you embody.
Mas não somente as vidas futura, passada e atual, mas todas as vidas no universo também.
Yeah. So when you try that exercise,
so Felicia, in this case, so for all the life, so that should be a very, very long stick, right?
Oh, infinite.
Então, eu tô falando, então
Infinite,
não é uma varetinha, não. Se engloba a maior parte da vida no universo, então não é uma varetinha, é uma vareta infinita, né?
Because you shift the mosaic in your spiraling, and then you're not looking, oh, this is a higher level, or that one is a lower level. It's not how you see. Infinite. I want to have an engineer to actually make this device, because this is I want to use it in School of Awareness, you know.
Ela queria que uma pessoa criasse isso para ela levar numa escola que ela está ensinando, escola de autopercepção.
Actually, one that you can buy, you know, and then you buy circles, and then you change them.
Fazer uma coisa assim, até que você compra os círculos e você muda os círculos, entendeu?
Yeah, because it mimics how you create reality, you know, it mimics.
Porque isso replica, isso aí mostra como é que você cria a realidade.
Yeah, imagine every day, at the end of the day, if you look through all these circles, you look through all of them. And that's how you read the story of that
no
day.
final do dia, você olhando pelo furo, você vê todas as realidades.
What kind of insights you will get, you never think of.
Que tipo de dentro de força interior que você vai conseguir, entendeu?
Rather than going linear, you know.
Em vez de ser uma coisa
linear to there.
De ponto ao outro.
Yeah, chasing the past chasing you, or you chasing the future. That's no fun.
O passado te alcançando e você tentando chegar no futuro.
Because you're always in the here and now.
Porque você está no aqui e agora.
As the embodiment of all that is.
Como a encarnação de tudo que é.
Yeah. Okay, well, that's it. That's a lot, I said. Yeah, it's a lot to think about.
Felicia, Elena is asking if the Akashic records, they are not like in a file right beside God somewhere in heaven in a fluffy cloud, right? So he's actually this sort of record is basically within us in our essence. That stick that the reality, spins around. Is it?
Yeah, you are the living Akashic record. You're the living.
Você é o registro akáshico vivo.
You're the one spinning it.
Você é o que gira.
Creating it in now,
Criando.
and then the next now, and now again. Yeah. They don't have yeah. The Akashic record they speak of the past is like going to the library and reading about it instead of living. That you know that you're living a living record. It's different.
Uhum.
Yeah. You'd rather go to the library or have a direct experience, like you live it right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can go to the library, you know, it's nothing wrong with it, but you might not get your own record. Yeah, but if you do the circles, you tap right into yourself. Then you have direct knowingness.
Aí você tem conhecimento direto. Felicia, there is a person who said that he finds you excellent, so he's enjoying very much, right? So basically, we're gonna finish very soon because it's super late here in London as well.
Yes.
And Elena would like to thank you very much for everything. It's extremely useful and very productive today with an unbelievable amount of information that came out today.
Thank you so much, and thank you, Elena, for having us, and thank you, Alan, for translating, and much love to all of you and our audience. Thank you.
Essa coisa tão rica. I'm saying that I just wish to thank Elena for providing this very, really awesome space where she coordinates the time between 3 different countries
Yes.
at the same time, which is not easy. Sometimes doesn't go as planned properly, but we have some little slides here and there, but the thing comes out. And I just want to say that since when I start participating in this program, it somehow changed me, right? My perception then has a beneficial effect on me. I don't know how to explain yet, but so hopefully one day when I'm a little more knowledgeable about this, I might be able to explain. But I think these discussions, they are very rich. They have a very positive impact on everybody around us. And that's it. So thank you. Muito obrigado, Helena e Felícia.
Thank you. Shall we call this chat Omnipresence?
Oh, absolutely, yes.
Yes.
A gente pode chamar esse capítulo de Omnipresença.
Certo. Bom, mas o tema já é onipresença mesmo, né?
Yeah.
The subject is already called omnipresence.
Yes. Yeah.
My pleasure. Obrigado, Helena. Felicia Helena is saying that since the beginning of these chats that we have, she sometimes she forgets to mention, but she feels a very strong presence guiding these talks, really positive presence. And then she mentioned perhaps even Jesus Christ. He might, providing a little hand for us to be able for us to carry out these chats, right? So, and then again, she says, thank you for you and for your really special knowledge and ideas sharing with us here.
Thank you.
Yes, I'm saying that perhaps we might have another chat in the beginning of next year again, Felicia, right? So we might be able to start thinking about the theme, the subject to talk about. A gente já pode começar a pensar no tema, né?
Sim, verdade.
Yes. And if you think of some subject that's of interest, I will adjust.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you, Helena.
Thank you.
Felicia. Obrigado.
Thank you.
Obrigado
Merry
a todos.
Christmas and Happy New Year to all of you.